Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first part in one of mine and Debbie's informal discussions about the Gatsby benchmarks. So hopefully you've enjoyed a great summer. And myself and Debbie really over the summer holidays wanted to get together to discuss really informally the Gatsby benchmarks and hopefully give you a few hints and tips on some of the things that you should be looking out for anyway in the start of next academic year. So we're going to start with Gatsby Benchmark 1, a logical place to start. So Debbie, if I'm going to come to you, can you just give us an outline of what Gatsby Benchmark 1 is? And guess what does it mean, I suppose, for those schools listening?
Yeah, absolutely. So Benchmark 1, a stable careers programme. This is really about making sure that your careers programme is driven from a strategy, that your careers programme is known and understood by your leadership and, well, all stakeholders, your governors, your students, your parents, that it's in a format that everyone understands. It's got explicit backing from your senior leadership, that it's published on your website, and that it's evaluated. And we'll briefly touch on those in a second, but they're the key things. And of course, that your careers programme complies with the Baker Clause. That's really become more and more important now with the new statutory regulations update. They've made it pretty clear that Ofsted are going to be inspecting careers at every inspection and to check on compliance with that Baker Clause.
Yeah, good.
That's what it is, really.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. I think as well, just to add it, I think some people kind of think it's just either the policy or just the program, or in real sense, it's a bit more than that, isn't it? It's both of those things, your policy and your program, but it's also your intent and your kind of strategy behind it as well, isn't it? So
yeah, I think that's really important actually, because it is that word intent that's so important. If you haven't got any intentions behind your careers programme, it's a bit like throwing mud at a wall, isn't it? Just do loads of stuff, which some might be brilliant stuff, but does it really meet the needs of what you want your careers programme to be? So I think that work on that strategy at the beginning, identifying some key strategic objectives that are linked to whole school needs, so linked into your whole school development plan, that you can identify some learning outcomes from and identify those for every year group or every key stage, so that your careers programme is progressive and sequential and it builds every year to ultimately achieve what you want.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I think, I mean, if naturally in lots of areas of life, you kind of do it anyway, don't you? But you need to have direction to determine what is a successful year, because if you don't start the academic year, if you don't look at perhaps where you want to be at the end of it in terms of what you want to achieve, whether that's, putting on certain sessions or being a bit more strategic in terms of what you want to achieve, then how do you know that you've had a successful year? And how do you, I guess, keep yourself to task? Because I think, so you be the same, Debbie, is what I've found, in my role in terms of helping schools throughout a cycle of an academic year. There are real peaks and troughs in terms of momentum with careers, and I think what we probably find, or at least I find most difficult, is to try and keep that momentum at a level place. Sometimes you find that careers leaders are asking for your support all at once, and it's great, you're providing lots of support, and the next minute it kind of drops right off. And I feel sometimes that if the school was to have a really concrete strategy in place that looks at what they want to achieve in the year, then that kind of level of momentum might be maintained throughout the academic year as well. So
definitely, yeah. So it's a really, really important one. And again, you'll have found the same. Those schools that have worked on this, have pulled their SLT into this and really thought about what they want their careers programme to be, what strategy and objectives and learning outcomes, then they found it so much easier programming a set of events and activities that really are meaningful for all of the different groups within their school. So it's really worth doing. There's some fantastic resources to help with this. there's a brilliant guide on the resources page for Benchmark 1, and it's really simple. It's 4 slides, and it covers how to develop your strategy, and there's a template on there to use to help you think about the things you need to think about. There's, how do you develop a program that's sequential? So it's looking at things like using the CDI framework and the skills builder framework to pull out your learning outcomes. That's something really I think Ofsted are wanting schools to do, is to consider those outcomes, because it helps with evaluation. Then how to present it. I love that journey diagram, that visual journey that there's a template for on the resources, and I've seen some brilliant examples on websites of that journey about what they're going to do for each year group. And then evaluating, I think worth just mentioning, if anything, the most important thing is evaluating the overall programme, so that annual end of year review, but knowing that there's no expectation that you evaluate every event with every student every time. It's broader than that. It's looking at what data and what information can you get that's going to help you know whether you've achieved what you want or not.
Yeah, it's a really good point, that actually, Debbie. Is I almost feel that alongside your strategy, you've almost come up with a bit of a process for evaluating effectively, and that might contain doing snapshot evaluations of activities, but to come up with processes of how you evaluate your program.
And we between us, we've got some great ideas about evaluating, so career leaders can tap us for that.
Definitely.
And obviously, this benchmark is one that really I'd encourage career leaders to get their enterprise advisor involved in, because they're experts in developing strategy and designing programs and evaluating success. And I think this is a benchmark that would be really good to get their EA involved in. And I know EAs want to be involved strategically, not just operationally. So, I'd encourage that. And also, if there are any career leaders that haven't done the career leader training, there's still funding available from the CEC, and I wholeheartedly recommend that. So that's Benchmark 1, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. I think we've covered everything we wanted to.
So I think
it's quite funny, isn't it, really, considering at the start we were like, let's do it. So we've focused on the what first, and then the how, and then the why, and then we've just kind of just gone all over the place. But hopefully everyone's been able to pick up plenty.
I think if I was to summarise the process for this benchmark, I'd say set some objectives, strategic objectives, identify learning outcomes from that and use CDI and Skills Builder for that. Then look at how you're going to deliver it in the programme. So who's going to deliver it? Are you going to get employers in? Is it going to be staff? Where? How? What time in the curriculum have you got? Put the programme together. Obviously use Compass Plus to plan that. And then evaluate. So use Compass Plus evaluation for that. Again, there's an expectation that you do that every term, and that you consider different ways to evaluate everything you do, and at the end of the year. That would be my summary for that benchmark.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. It's all of those things, and it is packaging it up, isn't it, in terms of one. It's not just putting everything on the website and that's kind of it. It's actually a lot bigger than that, and it needs to be a bit more meaning behind it than just putting stuff on the website. I think. So
in terms of resources that we'll send along with this one, Alex, we'll send the guide, the Benchmark 1 guide, which is those 4 slides, which is brilliant. And that embedded in those slides are, the strategic template, the career journey visualization for the website. We can also give the links to the CDI framework and Skills Builder.
Yeah, I think all of those are great resources. I think if anyone is getting stuck at the start of the academic year, just either give me or Debbie a shout, and we can dive in and help you.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good start.
Brilliant.
I think, Debbie. We'll roll out the second one next. So.
Okay. See you in a bit.